Live. I'm going to say we're live when we're 13 seconds in. That's usually the lag time, I think. I don't know. I still haven't gone back and checked the beginnings of the shows to see. I don't know what the correct time is. I've tried to count it in just so I know. I've got an interesting video to share with you guys and some things to talk about. I love watching H.A. Goodman, and he's going to be here tomorrow at 4 o'clock, so don't miss the show tomorrow at 4. We're going to have H.A. Goodman here for an interview. And we're going to discuss a little bit about H.A. Goodman right now. I was watching some of his 3, 4, 5. That was 5 notifications. 6. There they are. There you go. No one can ever complain. They're not getting notified on these shows, man. I get notified every freaking show. All 6 notifications. No excuse. I know they work. So the problem is on your end if you're not getting those notifications. You need to turn your notifications on. You need to make sure you're following all 6 of my channels that are notifying like that, and you'll get those too. Anyhow, so, I watch H.A. Goodman, and he talks about he doesn't understand why, when Trump won on election night, why the vote changed all of a sudden and Biden overtook him. And I'm always explaining why. It's because people don't like Trump and they wanted him out. So more people voted for Biden than voted for Trump. I know that's hard for him to understand. And it's hard for him to accept that most of the mail-in ballots were favoring Joe Biden. I understand that. Here's the thing. He talks about, very often, he talks about how his perception of America is that they supported Donald Trump more, and that it's the Democrats' fault for doing something to this election, right? And he doesn't seem to understand why when he hears the press not supporting all of the bad stuff that Joe Biden and his son Caligula have done. Why isn't the press talking about Joe Biden? Why is the press saying what the Democrats did with Hillary Clinton? Why isn't the press protecting Donald Trump? Why isn't the press protecting Donald Trump? That would make a big difference. He wants to know why, and he doesn't seem to understand why. Well, I went on YouTube and I typed in Trump bashing press compilation. And wouldn't you know, the video exists. So I dedicate this to our guest tomorrow, H.A. Goodman, that's coming on. I dedicate this video to him so that he can understand from somebody else's perspective, not from mine, or from totally somebody different than me, how they might perceive Donald Trump as treating the American press as something where they might actually not want to support him in the future after hearing what he said about them. So let's go ahead and play this back. I'm going to play these are Donald Trump's words, and you can hear him talking to the press over the last 4 years.
I've been dealing with the press a long time. I think the political press is among the most dishonest people that I've ever met.
Cheers. The press is the most dishonest press he's ever encountered. This is great.
The people don't trust you, and the people don't trust the media.
She starts asking me all sorts of ridiculous questions, and you could see there was blood coming out of her eyes, blood coming out of her wherever.
I have the right to ask the question.
No, you haven't been told.
No, I have the right to ask the question.
Go back to you.
He says no.
And he stood up and started ranting and raving like a madman. He was totally, absolutely out of line.
I want to just stop there a second. When Trump told that man to go back to Univision, you guys ever heard anyone say the words, go back to Africa? That's a racist trope, they call that, when you tell someone to go back from where they came from. It doesn't matter where they came from. You're stating that they don't belong where they are right now. That's racism. That's a racist trope. Nobody calls Donald Trump out for saying that. Go back to Univision. It's totally a racist trope. He's feeding red meat to his base. This is the very press that he wants to know why they're not helping him right now. Why aren't you helping poor Donald Trump? He needs your help, press. Why aren't you helping him?
Message, no.
and he stood up and started ranting and raving like a madman. He was totally, absolutely out of line.
Donald Trump under fire again, this time for seeming to mock a reporter's disability.
Oh, the poor guy, you got to see this guy.
He says, the poor guy, you got to see this guy. You know, he said, the poor guy, you got to see this guy, before he started mocking him. He was definitely mocking the guy's disability, and there's no question about it. Anybody who can try to weave a narrative saying anything differently is lying to you. Okay? They're lying to you.
I don't know what I said. I don't remember.
And look at what the guy's hand looks like. You don't think Donald Trump was mocking that? I know he was. And if you have a problem with that little fact, leave my live show. If you don't think that Donald Trump was deliberately doing that with his hand to mock that gentleman's disability, leave my live show. You've got a problem with facts. And I'm proud to say that at least 3 people just left when I said that. Good. I want to get rid of the people that have a problem with dealing with facts. Hey, Slowski.
The mainstream media, these people back here, they're the worst. They are so dishonest.
So he just called the mainstream media dishonest. The entire mainstream media. Hey, man, I'm not saying they're not. I'm just answering H.A. Goodman's question as to why the media doesn't reach out and help Donald Trump with an olive branch. You know, why aren't they helping Donald Trump? Why aren't they reporting on Caligula and Joe Biden and the money laundering scheme that the Bidens have been involved with? Why won't the press report on that? H.A. Goodman wants to know. Well, watch this video, H.A. Goodman. Refresh your memory about how Donald Trump acted for the last 4 years. All the things that you wanted to ignore for 4 years. You ignored this. This is where it got you. And I got to tell you, watching this is cathartic for me because I remember the taunting. All 4 years on Twitter and watching these right-wing pundits like Candace Owens and Ben Shapiro taunting the left about how great Donald Trump was and ha, 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 ha. And, you know, so much that I can't even recall any of it. It's just a giant blur of garbage. But I remember that there was a lot of it.
No, they're so dishonest. And by the way, some of the media is terrific. But most of it, 70%, 75%, is absolute dishonest, absolute...
What is that? Is that a scientific poll that you did there, the 75%? That's great. I love when people pull fucking numbers out of thin air. You know, they present them to you like they're facts, and then you sit there and swallow them. Oh, because it's the president. Oh, it was the president who said that. It must be true. It was the president.
Scum. Remember that. Scum. Scum.
You'd rather see that than Joe Biden sniffs little girls? Well, sorry, buddy. You get to watch Joe Biden sniff little girls for the next 4 years. So settle down and enjoy. Enjoy the suffering, ants. Enjoy it. Enjoy it, buddy. I'm so glad you came in here and said that. That just made my day.
Totally dishonest. She's back.
You're exactly the kind of person I was hoping to troll with this video, man.
Back there. Little Katie. She's back there. What a lie it was. No. What a lie. Katie Turner. What a lie it was from NBC to have written that. It was a total lie.
But let me tell you about the Wall Street Journal. I have no respect whatsoever for the Wall Street Journal. I don't think they know what they're doing. They have taken me on so much. It's so ridiculous.
Oh, really?
Everyday editorials, bad editorials.
Okay, so the entire Wall Street Journal, great. CNN, great. The entire mainstream media, great. He hates them all. Why aren't they helping me? H.A. Goodman wants to know why the media doesn't help Donald Trump. Why do they turn their backs on Donald Trump? H.A. Goodman needs to know.
I don't even want to read it very much anymore. They're so wrong. We're going to open up those libel laws so that when the New York Times writes a hit piece, which...
Oh, yeah, the New York Times. And we're going to persecute and prosecute the press in a country that is known for having free speech. There's your president, H.A. Goodman. There's your president right there. And we should listen to him say that over and over and over again. So it sinks in to somebody's thin little brain.
Which is a total disgrace. Times writes a hit piece, which is a total... So that when the New York Times those libel laws, open up those libel laws. We're going to open up those libel laws. We're going to open up those libel laws. Wrong. We're going to open up those libel laws. We're going to open up those libel laws.
Sure you are.
We're going to open up those libel laws.
How'd that work out for
We're
you?
going to open up those libel laws.
Yeah, you suing anybody
We're
for
gonna
free
open up
speech?
those libel laws.
How'd that
We're
go?
going to open up those libel laws.
Oh, that's right. It's only libel if they're lying. You haven't been able to sue anybody for libel, have you, Donald Trump? Isn't that funny? Isn't that weird? Shout out Jimmy Dore. Isn't that weird? Isn't that kind of weird? Don't you guys think that's kind of weird? Shout out Jimmy Dore. Isn't that kind of weird? I think it is. I think it's fucking weird.
So that when the New York Times writes a hit piece, which is a total disgrace, or when the Washington Post, which is there for other reasons, writes a hit piece, we can sue them and win money. By the way, the world's most dishonest people are back there. Look at all the cameras going. Look at all those cameras.
The world's most dishonest people. That's the press. That's every channel, every station right back there. You know, that's all of them. The world's most dishonest people. Where's the libel suits at? If they're so dishonest, he should be raking in trillions of dollars on all the libel suits, right? That's right. They're not lying about him, are they? They usually just play back video of him speaking. You ever notice that about the news? It's kind of funny.
Unbelievable.
Sad they wouldn't show the huge crowd. Ants, where was your huge crowd on November 3rd, buddy? Huh? Where was your huge crowd when the vote mattered? Oh, that's right. There was a huger crowd that wanted to fire him. What do you think about that, Ants? What do you think about that? How does that make you feel? Huh? 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 You fired. Hey, Ants, you fired. Hey, Max Salas, you fired. You fired.
They are dishonest.
fired.
Most of them, not all of them, but most.
Oh, Max, you can't say Trump 2020. Now I have to block you. You don't get to come in here and say Trump 2020. He lost. So that's not a thing. That's a lie. So I'm going to block you for lying. Ants is still here because he hasn't lied yet. He's figured out how to talk to me. And I definitely give him credit. But you're not going to spam your lies on my live stream. He lost 2020. You know, if you had put Trump lost 2020 in all caps, I wouldn't have had a problem with that. That would have been factual.
I'm not looking for credit.
He lost though.
But what I don't
You're
want
fired.
is when I raise millions of
You're fired.
dollars, have people say, like this sleazy guy right over here from ABC.
Oh, ABC.
Sleaze in my book.
Oh, so let's attack ABC now too. Great, man. So we've attacked just about every news agency that I can even think of.
You're sleaze because you know the facts and you know the facts well. It was very unfair that the press treated us so badly. Yeah, go on.
Where's the libel suits at then, bro? Oh, the lying and the libel and the lying and the libel and the slanderous statements. Well, you certainly must have filed some lawsuits there, Donald Trump, huh? Crickets. Where's the libel suits at? We're going to open up those libel laws. We're going to open up those libel laws. Huh? Another promise unkept by your dear leader.
Go ahead.
I love that was a CNN video. I love it. I didn't even know. So let's see. We've got another one here. I believe. No. No. I think that was the only real good compilation. So, good enough. Good enough for me. Just to show H.A. Goodman the reason why the press does not help Donald Trump. It's a really good idea when you're doing punditry to get all of the facts, and H.A. Goodman doesn't bring those facts to his audience. So allow me to just go ahead and do it for him since he doesn't want to. Donald Trump has done nothing for the last 4 years but viciously attack the press. So don't reach out to the press for help. We're laughing at you. H.A. Goodman, Donald Trump, Ants, and the rest of you guys that support Donald Trump blindly without any sort of common sense for yourselves. We're laughing at you, and we're really enjoying this moment in time right now. And we're gonna just milk it for every sweet drop of nectar that we possibly can during this time. And I want you to know that. You've done it for the last 4 years. Now we're gonna do it back to you. I'm not speaking about Kamala Harris and Joe Biden right now, Ants. Sorry. We're talking about Donald Trump and H.A. Goodman. He's going to be here tomorrow at 4 o'clock. That's what we're talking about. Biden's not the president. Last time I checked, Biden wasn't president of the United States and wasn't really the issue here. The issue is H.A. Goodman not understanding why the press doesn't defend dear Donald Trump. That's what we're talking about. Yeah, it has nothing to do with what we're talking about, though. I'm not here to defend Biden and Harris. Find somebody else. Go lay that off on, David Pakman. Go take it to David Pakman, okay? He'll do it, I'm sure. He's probably one of the only people that calls himself a progressive that will do that I can think of. Everybody else has risen above it. Tomorrow's show is going to be amazing with H.A. Goodman, 4 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Don't miss it. Make sure you also subscribe to my YouTube channel over there. Nobody's doing it, but I'm just going to keep reminding you guys. Make sure you go to YouTube, type in Nays Garden in the search. Look for my big channel. It's got 25,800 subscribers. And go subscribe to that channel. And go tell your friends and get as many people as you can. And get me to 26,000 subscribers on that channel once and for all. So we can stand on top of the hill and look back and say, we're at 26,000. If memory serves me correct, I think I was already at 26,000. I don't know. Somebody knew. Somebody's like, dude, you were already at 26, and it went back. I think, but I don't know. I don't know. I lost count. What will be the format? No, R. Elliott Smith. No, I'm not debating him. I'm having him on for an interview. Hey, R. Elliott Smith, if you want to see my interviews, they're all at naysgarden.com, man. Just go to the website. They're all right there. It doesn't cost any money to go there, guys. Just go. Go check out the interviews, man. I got one with Aaron Ra. Got a bunch with Ron Placone and Graham Elwood and a whole bunch of other awesome people, man. You would probably like to watch those interviews. They're all on my website, naysgarden.com. It's really easy to go. Just type it into a browser. Scroll, pick any one of the fucking interviews you want. You can see how my interviews are. Luckily with HA, we're going to discuss cannabis at some point. He has no problem discussing cannabis. And I think that's great. He doesn't use it, but he doesn't mind talking about it. So that'll definitely be one of the things that we hit on. We're going to talk about gardening and a bunch of other really cool shit. The kind of thing I'm talking about right now, it's not for the interview. This is for... He asks the question of his audience, and I'm answering it. That's all. This is for me as an audience member to do. It's my right. He's asking the question. Why won't the press defend Donald Trump? Why won't the press report on Caligula and Joe Biden and the money from Russia or from wherever the fuck the money came from? China. Where? I don't know. Who cares? I don't even care. I don't give a fuck. They're crooked. Yeah, he's taking money. Yeah, millions. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. I know. People are trying to purchase they're trying to purchase persuasion among the ranking, leadership, the political leadership in the United States. They're trying to buy access. Hey, man, we all might be guilty of that. You ever go to a movie theater before? Yeah? You went to a movie theater once? Did you pay to get in? Oh, you paid for access to that movie theater. That's an interesting concept, isn't it? You ever gone to a sporting event or a rock and roll concert? And you paid for a ticket and you could get on, the regular stands and stuff. But you didn't want just that, did you? You wanted to be on the floor, right? Or you wanted a box seat. So what did you do? You paid more money for access, right? You paid for access, right? We all do it. You want to drive your car? You want to access your car? Well, better go put some fucking gasoline in that motherfucker, or electric, or charge it, or do whatever the fuck to power your fucking car today does, because you're paying for that access. So when Joe Biden's son, Caligula, goes overseas and is in Burisma, and is given a job that he's not qualified for, and is in turn paid hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? So that Burisma can have access to Barack Obama and Joe Biden. Hey man, they're doing the same thing you did when you wanted to go get those fucking box seats. They're paying for access. That's what people do. And if you don't think people are at Mar-a-Lago or golfing on his courses so that they can have access to Donald Trump, you're an idiot. People pay for access. And you could say it's illegal. Sure, it's breaking the law. Absolutely. They're breaking the law. They're breaking the law. Oh my God, they're breaking the law. Who fucking cares? Everybody's doing it. And nobody cares. I sounded like George Carlin there for a second. Now do you get it? Does it make sense now? Nobody fucking cares. Nobody cares that Joe Biden and fucking and Hunter Biden got millions of dollars so that people could have access to Joe Biden. Nobody cares. You know what? People cared about that fucking video that I just showed you of Donald Trump that you wanted to ignore for the last 4 years, H.A. Goodman. You ignored it. You ignored it. You ignored his poor behavior. You didn't comment on it. You didn't correct him on it. You didn't call him on his bullshit. And because you let it go, this is your result. The people have spoken. You got anything else to say there, ants? Does that make sense to you now? It's not Trump 2020. He lost the election, and that was why. That was one of the reasons. I didn't even say the C word throughout that entire discussion. COVID. I didn't even say it. How about his handling of that? No, you don't need to talk about that. Look at the way he treated the press. The press is the deliverer of information to the American people. When you fuck the deliverer of your pizza up his ass, he's not going to bring you your fucking pizza. Or he might spit on it when he gives it to you. Does that make sense, HA? I mean, it's a silly question you keep asking, and none of your audience seems to be able to respond. Maybe it's because your admins block them. Yeah? Maybe your admins block people when they start making sense in your chat. I rarely see anybody saying what I just said in your chat. But it should be an open forum where people can correct you on your bullshit. And I highly recommend you start listening to people like me who understand the facts of the situation and are willing to tell everybody what really happened from a purely unbiased, and I am unbiased when it comes to giving me a choice between Joe Biden and Donald Trump. How did you vote? Who did you vote for, H.A. Goodman? Who did you vote for? Yeah, there's my fucking vote right there, bitch. There's my vote. Have at it. You gave me a choice that I couldn't select either one. So I'm completely non-biased. I did not participate in this election. I didn't vote for one guy. I didn't vote for the other guy. I didn't vote at all. And everybody down ballot who wanted my vote for anything they felt was important can suck my dick. You weren't vocal enough to get a better candidate than Joe Biden. Fuck Joe Biden. But I'm just here to tell you guys the simple facts, and that's all I've done. Anybody that has a problem with anything that I've said on this live stream has a problem seeing actual facts, like this is a dabber, it's made out of steel. You know, something like that. You know, you can't, this is a plastic lighter. No, it's not! No, it's not! Those aren't facts! Okay, I don't know, this is a plastic lid. These are trimmers. This is a scissor mechanism for cutting things. How's that for facts? I tell you facts. You know, I don't hold this up and say, hey, this is a shotgun shell. You know, H.A. Goodman does. He literally lies to his audience. He literally looks at his audience right in the camera and says, Donald Trump won this election fair and square. It's what's owed him by the American people. He earned it. And will ignore his behavior. You need the press, man. Hey, man, if you're such a good businessman, it's all about your team, right? Well, Donald Trump claimed he was a great businessman. And a great businessman understands the importance of his team. And you know who's part of your team? The people who speak for you. And you know who speaks for you? Not Kayleigh McEnany. No, she doesn't speak for you. It's the people that are sitting in that room writing it down and recording it and listening to it and relaying that information to your constituents. That's the people that are part of your team. And you fucked them up their asses, Donald Trump. You fucked them up their asses for 4 years. We've got the video to prove it. They were your mouthpiece. If you had been nice to them, they would have fucking carried you on a fucking silver platter. Like my mom says, you just got to be nice. You just got to be nice to people. If you would just be nice, you would do so much better. She's always told me that. My whole life. You just need to be nice. Oh, hold on. Okay, what's up? You didn't kill anything, did you, little fuck's Good. That's as I just killed something or I've got something in my mouth. Cry usually, but luckily he just wanted in because it's cold and wet outside and he's got a full dish of food in here and he knows it. So that was his I know I've got a full dish of food in there waiting for me cry. Let me in this fucking door, please. Left America? Brian, I don't know. The ones you played. Wouldn't surprise me if Trump left America after this. Do you have to go to Tool for scraping rosin off the paper? Do you have a go-to tool? Yeah, that thing that I just showed you. That's what I use every time. It's once you get the bottom of it sticky, it picks everything up. Ha ha ha. Be nice to the people calling you a Nazi and a treasonous Russian spy. Yeah. Be nice to the people calling you a Nazi and a treasonous or treacherous Russian spy. Yes. And let me tell you something. I'm going to rub it in their faces for the next few days. Because when I remember all of my friends and acquaintances and just people on the internet that were, you know, parading Trump's overt racism and hate, let's just call it hate, okay? His overt hate that he projected towards so many people. And they were out there supporting him. This is my chance to rub it back in their noses, to take their fucking heads and grab it by the back of their fucking skull and shove their noses in the shit that they've been shoveling in front of us for the past 4 years. And it feels so good. And I'm not doing it to make enemies. I know I will. I'm doing it because I earned it. I fucking earned it for sitting here for 4 years and listening to your fucking bullshit and your garbage and your ignorance of the president's hate. That's all I'm going to call it. That's it. Sum it up. I'm just going to call it hate. You wanted to sit there and ignore it. Now I'm going to shove your fucking noses in that pile of shit that you guys built. And it's going to be, you know, a few days. Probably until someone like H.A. Goodman or Donald Trump officially concedes the presidency. And then I'll probably let it go. And then I'll just let you little psychos babble on. Darren, your is spelled Y-O-U apostrophe R-E, you fucking idiot. Deranged is not spelled with 2 R's. And there's no court case is going to overturn an election. There were what 27 court cases. 25 of them have been dismissed out of 27, I believe that's the correct number now. 25 out of 27 of your precious court cases, Darren, have been dismissed. So you're not going to see me in court, so that already makes you a liar. You understand that? You're lying. So, no, says me, and you can apologize to my audience for lying. You're not going to see me in fucking court. All right? You're not a fucking lawyer. I'm definitely not going to a fucking court. You're not going to see me in any fucking court, so you could suck my dick and tell my audience you're sorry for being a fucking liar. That's how this audience works. That's what they expect out of me, and that's what I provide for them. The truth. You don't get to come in here and lie. Bro, don't be so confident Trump won't expose fraud. Okay, that's not a sentence. No offense, but have you seen the affidavit with the Venezuelan officer who is American citizen now? Greatest ever. Can I tell you something about affidavits that you're going to find? Please don't be aggressive for my comment either. No, I'm not. Can I tell you something about affidavits, though, that you're going to find really interesting? Unless your affidavit is resulting in the imprisonment of an American citizen, you don't usually go to jail for it. The most it's going to cost is $1,000. It's a $1,000 fine. Now, greatest ever. Think about it. If you were a really strong Trump supporter, would it be worth your risk $1,000 to try to support your dear president? Was it worth $1,000 to you? Because you're not going to go to jail for it. Your affidavit's not resulting in somebody else going to jail. So you don't go to jail for it. See, I researched the law. H.A. Goodman talks about affidavits a lot. So I did a little research on what affidavits are and how they work and what they're used for and how they're reacted to by the courts. Generally speaking, in the United States of America and Georgia as well, Georgia's included in this. If your affidavit is not resulting in someone else going to jail, then you get caught lying, you don't go to jail. That's not really a big risk. And the jail term is usually 30 days or less, even if you do go to jail. Would you do 30 days for Donald Trump? Oh, yeah, you would. If you love Donald Trump and he was your dear leader, oh, yeah, you know you would. So, of the 400 affidavits, and there's only 400, how many of those people are willing to take a risk for Donald Trump and lie for $1,000? I don't know, man. I'd give H.A. Goodman $1,000 on a live stream if I could get away with it. But YouTube won't let me do it. I have no problem. He's awesome. I love him. I mean, I disagree with him on some things, obviously, but I'd pay him $1,000. He's not even the leader of the country, and I'd give him $1,000. So I know there's 400 people in America who love Donald Trump enough to risk the affidavit being fake. It's not evidence to me. They call it, what do they call that? Witness testimony? What kind of evidence is that? Hearsay? Hearsay. It's considered hearsay. Affidavits. All of them. So that's what we know about affidavits, greatest ever. We know that they're basically worthless. So that's what I think about it. How's that for not being aggressive towards you? Did I do good? It's amazing how many people, you can tell, right? How many people are Trump supporters that come in, they hear me making sense, they won't engage me in conversation, and they just leave because they know I'm right. And I just rained on their parade, and they can't even argue the point. You said fair. I hear your argument, although I don't agree with it. What do you mean you don't agree with my argument? Wait, whoa. There was no argument there, greatest ever, to disagree with. I gave you all facts. I didn't make anything up. You need to take that shit back. You can't disagree with facts here, greatest ever. You need to agree with that. You need to say, you know what? Trendy Nay, you made a valid point, and I agree with you. Affidavits are only hearsay. They are admissible in court as evidence. However, they are accepted as hearsay. And the jury and the judge realize that. They also know that it's the highest penalty for most falsified affidavits is $1,000 and no jail time. Those are all facts, greatest ever. You have to concede that. You really want to sit in here and try to fucking debate me? Okay, fine, motherfucker, which I generally won't do in here. I generally won't debate anybody. But we're gonna go step by step, and the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna concede that point. That's the first thing you're gonna do. Okay, I'll wait, and then I'll go back. I'm waiting for you to concede the points that I made, which were all factual, and you can apologize to me for trying to call facts my opinion and saying that you disagree with the facts that I gave. You can't disagree with facts. Everything I told you, I researched. It's all true. You know, if you want to go, you don't understand what affidavits are, and you want to bring that shit up, you better go fucking educate yourself on what the fuck affidavits are before you bring that shit up on a live stream, bro. You said it was hearsay. Affidavits are considered hearsay in most courts. In some courts, they're not. In Georgia, they are hearsay. They're considered hearsay. They're not considered direct evidence, factual based evidence. They're not. I already researched this. There's nothing to debate about that. Affidavits are hearsay. You know, Paul telling you that he met people that knew Jesus Christ is fucking hearsay. I don't care if you risk $1,000 or not. It's still hearsay. You know, somebody said that. There's no video evidence. There's no data evidence. There's no audio evidence. There's no facts to show. It's totally whatever that person said. Hey, man, I just met a green fucking elephant in a backyard. I'm going to sign an affidavit to it. I risk $1,000. I'm a millionaire. I don't give a fuck. Does it mean it happened? So what, bro? So what? So what? So he loves Donald Trump. Maybe he thinks that when he comes out, Donald Trump will give him some special protection. Maybe give him a position in his cabinet. It doesn't change the lack of potency of an affidavit. You're trying to argue an affidavit with me? This isn't even a debate, bro. You've got nothing. This is what H.A. Goodman does. He strawmans. Bro, you don't have time to admit that you're wrong about some shit. You don't have time to just say, yeah, those were all facts that you said. I concede the point. We're supposed to move on from there. You got to concede the point, though, bro. This is like talking to it's like talking to a child that you've denied some kind of privilege, and now they got their fingers in their ear, and they're just doing that. I cannot hear what you're saying. That's like what's going on with you, bro. You know, if you're trying to be a surrogate for H.A. Goodman, you're doing a horrible job. Yeah, Bud Dabs, that's not even a sentence. How do you know the WB was at the creation of Dominion Software? That's not even a sentence, bro. It doesn't even make sense. Just so you know. I have no idea what you're trying to say to me. Please look up. No, spell the word please out, you fucking lazy little piece of shit. Please, greatest ever. All right, you show me some fucking respect on my podcast. Look up this particular affidavit also. No! God, dude. Stop trying to straw man on affidavits. Affidavits don't mean shit, bro. Do you understand that? I've just wiped your entire affidavit argument out with this giant wave of facts. Now you want to just look at one affidavit. How do you know the WB was at the creation? Okay, I understand you were talking to that guy, but I just don't understand what you're trying to say. It just didn't make sense. I don't know what you meant by the WB. What is a WB? You know, I don't know what the WB was at the creation. What? I mean, I understand if you're not American or you don't speak English properly and you're struggling with the language. I don't know what you're trying to say. That's all I'm saying. I don't care who you're talking to. I just don't understand. I don't even think they understood what you're trying to say. Oh, whistleblower. Okay, let me go back. How do you know the whistleblower was at the creation of Dominion Software? Still don't understand. What do you mean the whistleblower was at creation? Huh? It's still not a sentence. No, it's okay. It still doesn't make sense, though, is all I'm saying. Joe Biden gave position of power to the chairman of Dominion Software in his transition team. Lol. Literally what you said Trump would do to the whistleblower. Right. Anecdotal. I mean, not even anecdotal. It's whataboutism. I don't give a fuck about Joe Biden. I don't give a fuck about Joe Biden. We weren't talking about Joe Biden at all. Who cares what he's doing? You guys are straw manning. Do you understand this? You're saying, look over here, look over here. What about this? We're not talking about this. We're talking about that. And it has nothing to do with who Joe Biden is appointing. Do you understand that? Look it up now. I know, right? Ever stated that greatest ever stated that the whistleblower was at the creation of the Dominion Software, and I was asking how he knows this. Oh. Was at the creation. So you're just saying that somebody's come forward that was involved in creating the software, and they're in their affidavit, they're saying in the software it cheats. That's what they're saying, right? I'm assuming. I don't know. I've never heard of this. At the risk of $1,000 and not putting anyone in jail, so they don't do any jail time. So at the risk of $1,000, they're saying this? Yeah, not buying it. Now you're also saying that Joe Biden appointed the guy that did this Dominion Software or whatever to his cabinet, whatever. And why would I be surprised at that when they're saying that this was the absolute cleanest election in modern history, in the United States modern history? This election had the least amount of voter fraud of any election. There were so many eyes and there were so many people expecting it that it never happened. Right? Because everybody was watching for it. It's crazy, huh? It's crazy. I mean, the shit argues itself. You just say the facts, and they argue themselves. There's no opinion here. Oh, it's your second language. Okay, cool. All right, I get it now. Great. The way he was speaking, I don't think he got it. Hearsay can or will take you to court, although once you get there, all it takes is one motion and it's thrown out. Kenneth Wheeler, thank you for that little bit of information. A signed affidavit, they're like, well, this guy's risking more than $1,000 fine. He's wrapped up with the communists. and they could kill him for this, for coming out and saying this. Yeah, or Donald Trump could fucking, you know, give him a job. You know, like Joe Biden gave the job to the guy from Dominion. That's business, guys. That's how it works. That's generally how it works. And Jinmin, I'm laughing my ass off too, because I mean, you sit there just like every other person that supported Trump for the last 4 years, and you did, bro. And you did. And now you act like, oh, you're all cool with this. Okay, that's good. That's good. Yeah, keep laughing your ass off, bro. I'm laughing my ass off too. But I'm really laughing my ass off. Enoch, what's up, son? Who he had to fire. Yes, and he proves it. That was my original question to you regarding this particular affidavit. It's breaking news. That's why I asked you about it. I don't care about affidavits. I don't care what one person says, ever. I don't care that Paul says Jesus existed. Jesus can suck my dick. Okay? I don't take one person's word that on anything. On anything. Okay? That's an affidavit. It's one person's word. Doesn't fly with me. Doesn't fly with most people. You know? If I fill out an affidavit and go to court and say that I got abducted by aliens, you think people are going to start believing me because I filled out an affidavit? You'll never be able to prove me wrong. I filed an affidavit, and you can't prove me wrong. If you can't prove me wrong, I'm not going to jail, or I'm not getting fined up to $1,000. He appointed the chairman. Yes, Donald Trump appointed the chairman of federal elections. That's true. That's true. Did he? I was for Bernie. All right, Jinmin. Sure you were. I need a fat ass. Everyone's just going to change their freaking narrative. I was never for Trump ever. All right. All right. That's not how I remember it. I remember you popping off many times when I would say things about Donald Trump, and you didn't like it, Jinmin. Are you going to deny that? Because it's in video. It's on my videos. And it didn't just happen once. I think I've even blocked you a couple times over your fat fucking mouth. Right? Right? Or did that not happen either? It's business when it's quid pro Joe. Okay, I get your stance now. No, it's business. At least try and be objective. No. Greatest ever. You don't get to come in here and say I'm not being objective. Yeah, Donald Trump and Joe Biden are guilty of the exact same shit. All right? Get it through your thick little numbskull and apologize to me now for telling me that I'm not being objective. Now, I'm not that apology. The very next thing that you type needs to be an apology to me, or I'm going to block you, because that's bullshit. You see, these people don't know how to debate. You're coming in here and literally trying to cut me down. You're attacking me personally and saying that I'm not being objective. My audience knows I'm the most objective motherfucker on the internet. Are you fucking kidding me? Like I said, douchebag. Hey, did you vote, dumbass? Hey, did you vote? Don't accuse me of not being objective, motherfucker. Did you vote in this election? Because I sure as fuck did not. I'm waiting for that goddamn apology. I'm not telling lies on you, Jinmin. It's all on video. Anybody can go back and see. Anybody can go back and see the kinds of shit you talked when I was talking about Trump. You totally made it known that you supported Donald Trump. You didn't like it when I was putting Trump down. You started getting all subversive and shit. It was obvious. How many times I tell you had a big fat fucking mouth and I blocked you? Did those times never happen, Jinmin? I wouldn't be surprised if I still have one of your fucking logins on my goddamn block list somewhere. I could go check right now and find out. I'd laugh my ass off at you. Be like, dude, you're still on the goddamn block list. But it's okay, man. Like I said. Waiting for that apology, greatest ever. I'm waiting. It just so happens right now that the chat's not advancing, so I'm going to give you a little time. It's 2 words. I'm sorry, and then we can get past it. But you don't get to come in here and say I'm not being fucking objective when it's all I'm being is objective. And you literally accuse me of defending Joe Biden. Did you literally just do that? Where did he do it? You little fucking cunt. You said it's business when it's quid pro Joe. Okay, I get your stance now. No apology? Still waiting. Yeah, it was a misunderstanding, Jinmin. It didn't happen just once. Dude, you must think that my memory's totally shot. Whatever, bro. I missed before you had this Trump derangement syndrome and you were a pot smoker only. Geez, man, you were really mad about Trump, and I get you've been brainwashed. I want everyone to see what Greatest Ever said before I block him. He's saying that I have Trump derangement syndrome. There's nothing to argue about anymore. It's like, this is as far as I could get with this guy. Dude, you don't even know what Trump derangement syndrome is. I'll give you an example of Trump derangement syndrome. David Pakman. I'll give you an example of Trump derangement disease. You and H.A. Goodman. There's a difference between the two. You definitely suffer from it. And one thing's for sure, my audience is going to love watching me block you from this live stream. Seriously. You have a problem with reality, just like fucking Jinmin does. No, you did support Trump on here, bro. You did support Trump on this live stream. Dude, no, I don't care about your voting rights. I don't care who you voted for, and I don't care if you voted for fucking Bernie Sanders. Hey, man, H.A. Goodman voted for Bernie Sanders, and he's the biggest Donald Trump supporter on the goddamn internet. All right, so don't even go there with me, bro. You came in here several times when I would be talking shit about Donald Trump, and you would get all pissy with me over it. And several times, I fucking blocked you. And it was about Donald Trump. And it was your fat fucking mouth. And you didn't like what I was saying about Donald Trump. No, now you don't get to say my memory is shit. And now guess what, little cunt bitch? I'm blocking you again. I'm blocking you again for your fat fucking mouth. How funny is that? Get the fuck off my live stream, Jinmin. Go take your fucking medicine, motherfucker. Seriously. You seriously don't think I remember? Wow. My memory is shit. Well, you know, my short-term memory is a little sketchy, and I do forget things from time to time, like my words. But let me tell you something. I don't forget when somebody's being a fucking douchebag to me, bro. And you were being a douchebag to me several times. That's why you got fucking blocked. You opened up your fat fucking mouth on this live stream, too. Just to fucking prove, like Anthony Skriz just said, you're a lil cunt bitch. I couldn't have said it better, Skriz. I couldn't have said it fucking better. Dude, you're fucking hilarious. All right, and for the rest of you, I want you to know I'm in a really good mood today. I really am. The closer it gets to fucking Donald Trump fucking having to put his little tiny dick between his thighs and walk out of the fucking White House, the happier I get. And when I see idiots saying stupid shit like the morons that came in here today, talking the shit that they talk, it makes me so happy to know that they're hearing my message. It makes me very happy because all I'm saying is, what's up? Facts. Cheers, guys. Look at everybody saying, cunt bitch, go fuck off, cunt bitch. Be so funny, man. I remember months ago, I was talking shit about Donald Trump. Jinmin came into the chat. And I kept going, and I remember thinking to myself, Jinmin's gonna start getting pissy with me over the shit. Sure enough, you did. And I remembered it. I was like, man, he must be a fucking Trump voter. You know, I figured you were. The way you used to get all pissy about it. Well, Jeff Murphy, you've come to the right place. And I want you to know, I don't mind disagreeing with you. I don't mind having a disagreement at all. We can have a disagreement, but when you're disrespectful to me, I'm gonna fucking block you. And where's the fact checkers at, says Ants. Dude, go check your own fucking facts. I check my own facts all day. You know, if you watch somebody like H.A. Goodman, you should go get the whole story from what he's getting his source work from. You should go get the whole story, because he never gives you the whole perspective. He just gives you the things that are going to make you, to convince you of his perspective. And that's not fair. See, I'm not a narrative player like that. I give you the whole goddamn story on everything. I don't care. I don't have a fucking narrative. I don't need one. Truth and facts are on my side. When I say no law regarding cannabis and you disagree with me and I call you a liar, or you use the word marijuana and I call you a liar, I could totally explain it to people why that's a fact, that you're a fucking liar. Just for using the word marijuana, that makes you a fucking liar. You know? When you disagree with me that there should be no law regarding cannabis, you're a fucking liar, and I can prove it to you in about 2 minutes. Wow, smells like corn chips. I couldn't have said that better. Everybody, look at what smells like corn chips just said. I don't know who you are, but this is what all H.A. Goodman's audience needs to hear. The lawsuits. It is all about the fundraising. They're giving false hope and promises to Trump supporters while bilking them for contributions. Man, dude, it's true. And you know, look, man, it's totally true. What you said, I'm putting that up on Twitter right now. Smells like corn chips. Too bad you're not. Too bad. Smells like corn chips. It's too bad you're not proud enough of yourself to go by your real name. You know, present yourself as a real person on the internet. Because that was really well stated. And I am gonna use your stupid fucking name in this quote. And I'm going to get rid of your exclamation point. And I'm going to send it to... who should I send it to? Nobody gives a fuck about Trump supporters. You know, I'm not sending it to anybody because nobody gives a fuck about you guys that support Trump. We're watching you and we're laughing at you and we're watching you suffer. Understand that. We watched your hate, your support of hate for the last 4 years. And now when all these motherfuckers are taking your money, we're laughing. You know, it's like I could tweet it out there at someone that gives a fuck about y'all. Nope. The Republicans don't give a fuck about you. And the Democrats don't give a fuck about you. And the independents don't give a fuck about you. And y'all don't even give a fuck about yourselves. You have no self-respect. You understand that? That you've got no help and no support. Not just one watching one's horrible. You watch all of them to put two into together and get better research. What's all this Kraken Dominion stuff? It's stupid. This one stupid cunt on the news said, I'm releasing the Kraken. She just said that, and then people grabbed it, and now everybody's saying it. We're releasing the Kraken. It's nothing. It's stupid. It's some old cunt on a news program that referenced a movie from fucking 1982 or something. Brian says, hit the nail on the head. West Kennedy says, fuck the government. Darius says, Ticker Carlson is the perfect example of Trump derangement syndrome. Trump derangement disease. He's Trump derangement disease. Trump derangement syndrome is David Pakman. Those are people against Trump that are deranged, that don't see the truth. People that support Trump that don't see the truth, that's Trump derangement disease. Totally different disease. Totally different disease. They're seeing two totally different realities. Neither of them are seeing the actual facts, though. And that's fucking creepy. You could literally take Tucker Carlson or Candace Owens, I like to say, and, or, you know, Sean Hannity and David Pakman, and put underneath David Pakman, Trump derangement syndrome, and then put Trump derangement disease, and then just put quote after 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 quote for both of them, demonstrating both of those syndromes, and you would see how they differ and yet totally display their completely skewed sense of what reality really isn't. It's psychotic. Ants is worried about lockdown. That is fact. They don't do us any fucking good. Fucker Carlson. I like Cucker Tarlson. I like Cucker. Cucker Tarlson. Darius TDD. Jeff. They tell us what we want to hear. Darius. He's bonkers. So is Candy Girl. I don't know who that is. Jeffrey Barkley. That would be awesome to see. There will be a lockdown. I hope so. We need one. You know, we need one for at least 30 days. Try to fucking kill this fucking thing, you know? You know, you want to go to war. That's all we have to do. Lock down for 30 days. We all go to war. And we don't die. It's one of the greatest wars we'd ever fight. We all go home. We all live. We win. What a great war. 30 days locked up. Wow. You know? That's why Biden was elected. Biden was elected because people hated Donald Trump. That's why Biden was elected. Biden was elected because people hated Donald Trump. People voted against Donald Trump. And Biden was the only option to get him out. You voted anybody else, you weren't going to get him out. Like if I had voted and voted Bernie Sanders or you know, Jesse Ventura, or put my own name in there, or wrote in hello somebody, you know, anybody, it wouldn't have helped the cause. There's something in government control. Here we go. There's a limit. Government control. Here we go. It's just a mindset now. Get what you need for your hard times are coming. Look at Ants freaking out. West Kennedy. We've been through this before. We've all gone through lockdown. We know what's up. This fucking virus isn't going to be extradited, and the lockdown won't do shit. Well, I agree. A lockdown's not going to work because people aren't going to abide by it, and the United States government is not going to enforce it. So I agree, a lockdown's not going to fix it. But unfortunately, a full-on lockdown with everyone working towards ending it would do it, but we would all have to actually do it. You know, my idiot neighbor would have to stop having his fucking family over for fucking, you know, church fucking revival time and shit. You know, whatever the fuck they're doing up there. Okay, Carlo, that's interesting. The first one was a test. Ants, if you're going to start talking weird conspiracy shit, I'm going to block you, all right? Stop it. The first one was not a test, and I will block you from this live stream. You got to apologize now. You got to apologize. It wasn't a test. So go ahead and apologize for lying, ants. God, these people, man. Just do it. Just say, hey, I'm sorry for lying. It wasn't a test. Hurry up, ants. Hurry up. Just do it. So I can get on with my life. Please. I'm sorry. It wasn't a test. Type the words. Sometimes I act like a conspiracy nut. I won't do it on your live stream. I'm sorry. I'll reserve those for H.A. Goodman's live stream. Okay? It was a test. Some world global. Hurry up, dude. Seriously. I get it. Totally sorry. Didn't want to say sorry, but it's just the truth on what's going on. Definitely not conspiracy. Oh, I gotcha. I gotcha. I gotcha. Yeah, it was a test. It was a test. He saved himself. That's a good job, bro. He saved himself. That's a good way. Good way to save yourself. It was a test. It was a test of our wills. It was a test of our humanity. It was a test of our willingness to do what was necessary in order to survive. I got you, bro. That's good. Good save, man. Good save, bro. I love it. I love it. You're a smart guy. You are a smart guy. We're probably gonna make some progress, me and you. I have a feeling. I'm gonna start making a lot of sense to you, man. And your head's gonna your brain's gonna melt. But put your fingers in your ears, hold your brains in, let them reformat long enough. And I'm not talking about brainwashing. I'm just talking about you just learning how to accept reality. You just want freedom? What if I told you 30 days of lockdown would give you a lifetime of freedom? Is that good enough? Or we can have sporadic lockdowns for the rest of our lives and live this bullshit nightmare forever because of people like you who are worried about your freedom. You worried about your freedom? Yeah, it is unexpected, man. You need to grow the fuck up. You need to sacrifice freedom, you know? You need to sacrifice your freedom so that we can all get past this fucking thing, man. Wouldn't that be amazing? And where the fuck does the flu virus come from every year? Where the fuck? It's gone. It's like dormant. Dog and the cat are starting to fight. It's like dormant and then all of a sudden it appears. Where does it go? Does anybody know where the flu virus goes when the season is not, when the people still have it, it's just not as prevalent? Is that what's going on? The flu is always here. People are just kind of always passing it a little bit. Is that why we always have it? Could you imagine if we did a 30-day lockdown and we fucking took the goddamn flu out as well as the coronavirus? I want the freedom to live in a country without a deadly virus. Me too, Matthew Meyer. Fuck your flag. But yes, I agree with you. I agree with you. Blow a bong rip smoke through that mask. Okay. I shall, just for you. It's a good request. No, I'm just wondering what it's going to do. No law regarding cannabis. Cannabis is for all. Cheers, everybody. Cyber style. Cyber style. Let's go in the trash anyway. Wow. That really filters a lot more smoke than I thought it would. Wow. Huh. Dude, the little thing that goes over their nose, I didn't know it's just a fucking wire zip tie, man. I didn't know that. It's a fucking wire tie, like from a bag of bread. I love it. Did anybody know that? I love that. Fucking hilarious. I don't know, but you guys make sure you subscribe to my large channel on YouTube. Don't forget that. It's called Nay's Garden, so just go to YouTube and type in Nay's Garden. It'll come right up. I'll be broadcasting to it in 8 days. We've got H.A. Goodman here tomorrow, though. That's crazy. How's Rogan? He's fine. His ear bothers him a little bit. I want to watch this. I want to watch this news conference. You guys can watch it with me. I was gonna go, but I'm gonna stay with y'all, and I hope you guys decide to stay. Let's watch this. Let's watch this conference.
In midterms,
Here we go.
If you don't mind, Mr. President, that this caravan was an invasion. As you know, Mr.
I consider it to be an
President, as you know,
invasion.
Mr. President, caravan was not an invasion. It's a group of migrants moving up from Central America towards the border with the U.S.
Thank you for telling me
And
that. I appreciate it.
why did you
Thank you for telling me
characterize
that.
it as such?
Because I consider it an invasion. You and I have a difference of opinion.
But do you think that you demonized immigrants in
Not
this
at all.
election
No, not
to
at all.
try to keep?
I want them to come into the country, but they have to come in legally. You know, they have to come in, Jim, through a process. I want it to be a process, and I want people to come in, and we need the people.
Your
You know,
campaign-
Wait. You know why we need the people, don't you? Because we have hundreds of companies moving in. We need the people.
Your campaign had an ad showing migrants climbing over walls and
Well,
so
that's
on.
true.
But
They weren't actors.
They're not going to be doing
They
that.
weren't actors. Well, no, it's true. Do you think they were actors? They weren't actors. They didn't come from Hollywood. These were people, this was an actual, you know, it happened a few days ago. And,
They're hundreds of miles away, though. They're hundreds and hundreds of
you know
miles
what?
away. That's
I
not
think
an
you should-
invasion.
Honestly, I think you should let me run the country, you run CNN.
All right.
And if you did it well, your ratings
Let
would
me
be
ask,
much
if
better.
I may
Okay,
ask
that's
one other
enough.
question, Mr. President, right? If I may ask
Peter,
one
go
other
ahead.
question, are you worried?
That's enough, that's
Mr.
enough.
President,
That's
I was going
enough.
to ask one of the other folks. that
That's
had-
enough.
Pardon me, ma'am, Mr.
Excuse
President.
me, that's enough.
Mr. President, I had one other
Peter,
question,
let's
if
go.
I may ask, on the Russia investigation. Are you concerned that you may have?
I'm not concerned about anything with
You
the
may have
Russian
indictments coming down.
investigation because it's a hoax.
Are you-
That's enough, put down the mic.
Mr. President, are you worried about indictments coming down in this investigation?
Mr. President,
I'll tell you what, CNN should be ashamed of itself having you working for them. You are a rude, terrible person. You shouldn't be working for CNN. Go ahead.
I think that's
You're
unfair.
a very rude person. The way you treat Sarah Huckabee is horrible. And the way you treat other people are horrible. You shouldn't treat people that way. Go ahead. Go ahead, Peter, go ahead.
In Jim's defense, I've traveled with him and watched him. He's a diligent reporter who busts
Well,
his
I'm not
butt
a
in
big fan of
restaurants.
yours either, so.
I understand.
To be honest.
So let me ask you a question if I can. You repeatedly
You
said,
are the best.
Mr. President, you repeatedly Over the course
Okay,
of the...
just sit down, please. Well, when you report fake news, no, when you report fake news, which CNN does a lot, you are the enemy of the people. Go ahead.
Mr. President, over the course...
Literally called CNN the enemy of the people. And H.A. Goodman wants to know why they won't help Donald Trump. Why they won't report on Biden. Why won't you report on Biden? Why won't you report on Caligula? Why won't they do it? Won't someone in the comments please tell me below? No, because you will block me when I tell you the truth. That's why I have to do it without you on my show and show my audience the real truth. The real truth is Donald Trump said some fucking horrible things to the press for anyone to expect them to go out of their way for him now. He called them the enemy of the people, man. Those are powerful words coming from the President of the United States of America. All of his followers believe that now. You know, now you want the press to fucking defend him? No, it doesn't work like that, man. Welcome to fucking planet Earth. Welcome to reality.
Over the course of the last several days of the campaign, sir, at the end of the campaign, you repeatedly said that Americans need to fear Democrats. You said
pacing.
Democrats would unleash a wave of violent crime that endangers families everywhere. Why are you
Because
pitting
they're very weak on
Americans?
crime.
Why are you
Peter,
pitting Americans
Peter,
against one another, sir?
Peter, what are you trying to be him?
No, I'm
Peter,
just
let
asking
me
a question.
let me just tell you, very simple, because they're very weak on crime. Because
The question, to be clear, though, the question,
Thank you
sir,
very much.
why are you...
Sit down,
But the
please.
question, but you didn't answer my question, just very simply. The question is, why are you pitting Americans against one another, sir?
I'm not.
Is that how you view
No, I'm not.
citizens
Well,
of this
look, I'll
country?
tell you what, we won a lot of elections last night. We did very well last night.
But in many ways,
I think
it
it's
divided
going to
the
have.
country.
I think it's going to have a very positive impact. I watched NBC this morning. They didn't report it exactly correctly, but that's that's the fact with NBC. Nothing I can do about that. But I want this country to have protection. We want security in our country. I want security.
If it's
Go ahead.
Mr.
No,
President,
no.
just wait,
Please.
if it's unfair to the country and it's costing millions of dollars, why don't you just
Give him the
end
mic,
it?
please. I've answered the question. Go ahead, take one. Well, I'll give you I will give you voter suppression. You just have to sit down, please. Sit down.
I'll give you voter suppression. I've never heard that one before. Dude, how the fuck was that not played in the media over and over and over again?
I didn't call you. Voter suppression. I will give you 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 voter suppression. Go ahead, take one. Well, I'll give you I will give you voter suppression. Answered the question. Go ahead, take one. Well, I'll give you I will give you voter suppression. The mic, please. I've answered the question. Go ahead,
And it's costing millions of dollars. If it's unfair to the country and it's costing millions of dollars, why don't you just
give him the
end
mic,
it?
please. I've answered.
Go ahead, Mr.
No, no,
President,
no.
just wait,
Please.
if it's unfair to the country and it's costing millions of dollars, why don't you just
Give him the
end
mic,
it?
please. I've answered the question.
Wow.
Go ahead, take one.
He'll give
Well, I'll
you...
give you I will give you voter suppression. You just have to sit down, please. Sit down. I didn't call you. I'll give you voter suppression. Take a look at the CNN polls, how inaccurate they were. That's called voter suppression. Go ahead, please.
Thank you, Mr. President.
I'm not responding.
I'll give you voter suppression.
Excuse me, I'm not responding.
That was a good save. And then, I'll give you voter suppression. Look at CNN's polling. I'll give you voter suppression. You gave us voter suppression, all right, bro, but it wasn't enough.
I'm talking to this gentleman. Will you please sit down? Excuse me.
If only they knew how true that was.
Please go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. President. Now that the House of
Very
Representatives
hostile.
has
It's such a hostile media. It's so sad.
Such
You
a
asked me
hostile
about-
media.
No, you rudely interrupted him. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Dude, those I don't watch those press conferences. I didn't watch them too much. Man, they're fucking highly entertaining. That is some good fucking dramatic entertainment. He is quite a fucking douchebag, and you just can't stop watching, you know? I can't believe that is real life, man. That is fucking real life, son. Is it still raining outside? Please tell me no. It looks like it stopped. Why does it look like it's still raining back there? So, my top on my Jeep leaks massive amount of water. It poured all over my legs, man. And this morning I went to back the Jeep out and it did it again. It started pouring all over my legs. I moved my legs out of the way, but I still got drenched. So I bought a new top. It's only $150 though. It goes over that top, and it'll go over the windshield crack there, so the water doesn't come right in. It'll probably solve the problem completely. I'm just putting off getting a hard top yet. Plus, they don't have them available right now. They're all on back order. But I'm gonna get this thing and see how that goes. See if I like it. It'll be nice. To help kind of strap down everything that's stapled on top. I got more work to do on it, but it's so cool, man. I walked out of my garage and I looked at it. It's just sitting there. It's so mean looking, dude, on them big fucking fat tires. My God. I can't wait to just fuck with it, you know, and just go driving around and doing shit. I have to go drive it. I got to go take a piece of mail. Somebody ordered, like I said, they got a 16. Somebody got one of them bad boys full of paint oil. Yeah, I jarred up a lot of the, almost all of it. Yeah, I think I jarred up all of those plants that were, the extra plants. Nice, huh? Big fat buds in there. I need to water this. Yeah, you're getting some light, aren't you? Look at that. Nice place for you. I really like collecting mosses. I know I think that's weird, but I like making these little pots with moss in them. Different mosses. I just think they're so beautiful. This one looks like a tumbleweed. This one looks like something from another planet. This one looks like a sea anemone. You know, and they're all over. After that storm, they're all over my yard. In fact, I'm going to go for a walk with a bag. And I'm going to fill up, man, with all kinds of moss. I'm going to make a bunch of pots. It's going to be beautiful. I'm going to have them everywhere. I don't like to talk about my mosses. You guys have been a fantastic audience. I stayed because there's so many of you. So I went past an hour. I love it that there's so many of you watching the show now. Make sure to tune in. Maybe for 420 today. Maybe later. I don't know. I will see you guys. Love y'all. H.A. Goodman tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Be here 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, okay? So 2 hours, hour and 40 minutes after right now, okay? Tomorrow, be here, an hour and 40. Look at your clock so you know when, okay? Huh. Starlink. Hash sent me a link to Starlink. I wonder what this is. It's a satellite internet service, I guess. It's supposed to have really good speed.
Well, I got the Starlink satellite. I'm super pumped about it, and I'd like to show you what's inside the box and the steps to install it, which I'm going to learn as I go. I'm in northern Idaho. It costs $500 to buy the satellite, and it's $100 a month for the internet. And up till now, I haven't had a choice other than to use Verizon for internet.
Yeah, chances are, bro, Starlink doesn't service my area. I've never even heard of them. But let me just do a quick search. SpaceX? Huh. This should be interesting. They're low altitude satellites, huh? What's the lag time? Do they say what the fucking lag time is on it, I wonder? It's interesting, man. I guess I should watch the review when he does a test of it. I wonder if he gets a bandwidth test anywhere. Speed test. Yeah, he says speed test. Wonder when he does it. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I see him doing the speed test right here. Okay, he's doing it on his driveway. Cool. Let's see what it does.
Found the satellite, so now we can go on inside and see how fast our internet is. All right, let's see if we have it.
I wonder if this guy... I wonder if he's gonna fucking copyright strike me for playing this on my channels on YouTube, you know? You know, I just want to fucking learn something here, and I realize I probably can't show you guys this.
A new Wi-Fi connection.
Fucking so stupid, man.
Looks like we do. So I just connected to it. Ah. Enter your Wi-Fi network name, password, and password. All right, it's just asking for me to type in a network name and type in a password.
Fucking I hate YouTube, man.
It's fine. Once you hit submit, it shows you this screen. So now I should be able to see that in my network.
Dude, come on. Start the goddamn speed test.
Yeah, we need to start on close. Okay, now for the fun part.
I wonder what... Show me the goddamn fucking lag. The,
It's a nice ping. Ah, look at that.
36 ping?
That's awesome. With Verizon, I was lucky to get 2. I'm happy about that.
His ping is fucking 36, dude. He got 27 megs download. Wonder what his upload's gonna be.
A little slow getting started.
It's okay. Sometimes it takes. It's the first test ever. Here it goes.
Huh. I have no upload.
Yeah, just retest it.
That's insane.
Just retest it.
Try again, see if we get different results. Good thing. Oh, it got even faster. Hey, the more times you run the test, the faster it gets. Just kidding.
Dude, he's getting 100.
Oh, I like that.
100. He got
There we
85.
go. There's some upload.
His upload
That's
is
great.
fucking 25.
Feels like I'm in the city and I'm out in the sticks.
Dude, I need to get that shit. I need to get that shit. I wonder if they got it out here. It says by clicking submit. Man, I know I don't see a goddamn submit button. How do you sign up for this shit? God damn it. I want to sign into that shit. You know what I'm saying? How do you register? Customer login, Starlink. Oh, well, I will get into that. I will get into that. I don't know. Maybe we'll get better internet, man, because my internet sucks. I would love to get internet like that, man. $100 a month. Fuck yeah, son. Fucking 36 ping. What? Hook it up. Check out my friend Ron Placone, ronplacone.com, lucyandron.com. He's on YouTube at Ron Placone. Seriously, go check him out, man. He's fantastic. And you can message him at Ron Placone Twitter, and he'll read your articles, news articles on his show. Ron Placone is also on Facebook and Instagram at Ron Placone. He is really promoting the hell out of this show, and he's promoting the hell out of the triage oil, even though he doesn't say it right. He still doesn't know how to say triage. He says triage. And he spells it Triage, but it's triage. I got to teach him the French. Triage. You guys, thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed yourselves. I'll see you on the next show. Bye, guys.